All right, welcome aboard. Welcome back. Happy Wednesday, hump day here in the trading this morning. Wednesdays always mean lots of news to look forward to. This morning was no different. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Thank you for hanging out with me today, guys. Great Wednesday today. Boy, some easy winners in the euro got us started. Really sloppy on crude to finish up the morning after inventories came out at 10:30. And just overall today, a really lackluster day as far as personality goes. We got this Russell right now that's been cooking, and we're just waiting for a pullback. It hasn't given it to us yet. That's been really kind of disturbing on the Russell. That's been frustrating. And the dollar really hasn't given us that big drop to warrant the Russell going higher. So we've really been kind of sitting on hands waiting for that Russell to finally give us a chance to play ball with it. Right? It kind of ran without us this morning, and we didn't really have any confidence to go chasing after that Russell at the highs. After all, the Russell's been at those highs for 3 or 4 days in a row now. So welcome to our recap. We began our day with early morning news and then the late morning news from crude oil. So we knew right away, again, go back to the morning prep. Morning prep talks about the ADP employment report being major news, but not going to be that important for this morning. It'll be used for Friday's non-farm payroll number. 10 o'clock this morning, we had our construction spending and our ISM. That was expected to be a very important number, and it was. It definitely got things moving at 10 o'clock. We got real nasty, though, after 10:30. Boy, the inventory number, I think, confused a lot of traders on crude today. We had the crude price moving at the lows of a wedge, trying to go lower, and it really was nasty price action. If you bought the wedge lows, you made your money. And we had a couple fast-track trades there on the crude at the lows that helped you guys make some money with this morning. So going over our trades today, we knew it would start early after 8:30, and we got right into it at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock on crude oil, we began the morning in a relatively narrow wedge. If you recall this morning at 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock right here, you can see we had a wedge developed at 9 o'clock. So this was the reason behind the first trade today being long, right? The reason behind the first trade today being long is because we're going off these wedge lows. It wasn't here, it was right here. Yep, right there. We had the big run number of 100 overhead. We had the previous day's open overhead. We had the highs of the range overhead. All right. At the same time, the dollar was falling. Right? Dollar was falling. So as you can see here, first trade was a long position on crude. This was mainly because we knew the open was above us. We knew the target, the 100 was above us, and we wanted to get involved with trades going off the lows of the wedge. The euro was the story this morning. Boy, the euro definitely made us some great money. Now, follow the bouncing ball in the euro, because the euro definitely gave us some great opportunities, but it definitely was difficult with some slow price action. Here's my euro down bottom here. We began our day on the euro with a very simple strategy. And again, I'm not a big fan of hindsight, so let's go back to the blog quickly here. Let's go back to the blog and see what it looked like at 7:30 this morning. Okay, so here's your morning prep. Your morning prep is posted every morning at 7:30. Morning prep's posted. Here's my euro. We knew we wanted to sell those euro highs. Our plan in the euro was to sell the wedge highs. We also knew, though, that price may get stuck, right? It may be stuck here. Again, right on the morning prep this morning, you've got the lows of the channel, and then, of course, the highs of the wedge. We want to sell those highs, but we also knew that channel low may hold. So we began our job this morning knowing that we wanted to sell the highs of the wedge, and that's exactly what we did. First trade of the morning here was a two-step short. We had a couple different options for entry. We waited through the 8:30 news. We skipped the first entry, took the second entry about 9 o'clock, 9:15. And you'll notice we gave you guys the exact entry, the exact stop, and the exact target on this trade. Here was the trade call. Here was the call today at 9 o'clock, 68 to 55. So we gave you the exact trade call at 9 o'clock. Everyone had the entry, the targets to play with. Everybody knew where you wanted to get in and where to take your profit off. And all we had to do was wait for the price to finish the move for us. So we took the first trade today on the euro. We sold the wedge highs. Now remember, we had a channel. Okay, there's a channel here. There's a big channel, and so we're stuck at the lows of that channel. When we saw the two-step short fail, at the same time the dollar starts to fall. Dollar is the lows. It makes a new lower low, and now my next trade you're going to see is going to be long in the euro. Right? Next two trades in the euro are long. So we try to sell the highs first. The sellers fail. It then sets up to be a perfect 21 range wave pattern long. You can see it right here. Here's my 21 range chart.